Hey, what's up, It's mikeyperion here, and welcome back to another episode of Promo Build Battle, here in the Hypixel server. This Sunday, I will add another schedule for BB teams, so BB teams will be every Sunday, and Tuesday, BB Pro is same for Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, and Friday for Let's Play Survival. Now, that's 6 videos in a week. Alright, so without further ado, let's get started. Okay, here we go again in 3, 2, and 1. So let's see what we got. We got Under the Sea, Harbor, Mushroom, Neon, and Circus. I think let's go for Under the Sea because the last episode I made for this team is quite a joke. Well, I made a Patrick Starfish holding 2 ice cream. So now let's take it a little serious. So first, we are going to build a Hammerhead Shark. Well, Hammerhead Shark is a quite known, well, it's actually very known creature, sea creature in the sea. So for this episode, I want to share to you guys a building idea which can impress other players for you to win. Well, it's not actually a building technique, but it is more of like an idea for your builds. So what we are going to have now is like a diversity in our build. So technically, I already taught you a lot of techniques on how to use Pro Tools. So for now, I'm going to start sharing to you guys some ideas for building. So now we are going to build this Hammerhead Shark. So talking about diversity, so for this build, I am going to build as many sea creatures as we can. It's actually a simple idea, but technically it's pretty, it's practically difficult to build because we want to impress the people by building many different things in a single build. Well, this is actually a perfect team to start this, to teach this idea on diversified builds. Well, other teams that you can use diversity are, for example, for farms where you can build like a wheat field on one side and then an orchard on another side, and then maybe you can include some vineyards and a barn or an animal farm. So something like you will not focus on one build, but you will have different items in a single build. Well, another theme that you can use diversity is like zoo and safari, where you can build different animals. Well, also for example for structural builds, well, I'm thinking that you can use that for romance or industrial, where you can have like different buildings. For example, for romance, you can have romance. You can have like, for example, you have a coliseum on one side, and you have like a for example, a temple on another side. So now we're going to build our second creature. So I'm thinking that we are going to build a manta ray. Well, talking about manta ray, manta ray is actually a little different from stingray because manta ray is much bigger. It can reach up to 5 meters wide, and it swims in the mid-level of the sea. Well, while stingray is much smaller compared to manta ray, and it normally swims on the seafloor. Well, one important thing about diversity is you have to be quite knowledgeable of what you are building. Well, basically, like for example, for this build, I have to know, or I'm quite familiar what are these aquatic creatures are. So I already have like an idea. Well, most of the time it's more spontaneous. I just think of the creature whenever from one creature to another. Well, somehow you also need to strategize on your builds, especially if you're going to you should start first on the big items or the big creatures that you will build, and then you later on you will have like the smaller creatures and the environmental features. So you need to prioritize the different items that you are going to build. So first you have to build the main items. Like for example, for this one, I already built the hammerhead shark below, and I also have the manta ray over here on the top. So now we're putting some little details here in the bottom of the manta ray. Let's use like a white wool, so to have like a variation of colors. Well, actually they already have like white wool. I think there's something wrong in here. Let's change this to black wool, and this has to be black as well. So let's change this to white. I think I had the wrong coordinates when I am selecting that. Okay, talking about well, one advantage of having diversity in your build is like it hides the idea of using Pro Tools. Well, now as of the moment, I already see a lot of people, a lot of players already use Pro Tools. And like before, only a few people are like using Pro Tools, and they're accusing those people who uses Pro Tools are like hackers. So now Pro Tools are getting more popular now. So the idea for having diversification is to hide the idea of using Pro Tools, which it makes more impressive. But of course, you can still use Pro Tools from time to time, but you have to be pretty smart about it. Well, like I said, time management is really important. You have to be very cautious of the time remaining to build. Of course, you don't want to see an unfinished build, even if it is only one part of your build. So now let's have like the third creature. No, so for this part, I'm thinking to have like a school of fish, maybe some angel fish with the blue and yellow stripes. So just like this one. Well, it's actually a simple fish, but we're going to make it like a school of fish to look it more impressive. So just like this one, let's build this single fish over here. Let's have the tail, and now we are going to copy this. Do a copy pasting to make it like a school of fish. So just like this one, let's make another copy of that over here. Let's try it. Okay, I think we have to back it up a little so it will look more organic. So just like that. So we'll make a couple more of this. So well, one thing to make your build a little more impressive is, of course, you have to make your build identifiable. Of course, you have to, in every build that you make, you have to make it identifiable so the people will not be confused of what you have built. So just like I said, you have to be quite knowledgeable of what you're building, especially if you have like diversity. You have to know the creatures you are building, and especially of course like on this part that's a little look awkward because it sticks to one another. Let's move that one block to the right. Let's add another block here and paste, and let's remove these temporary blocks. Okay, just like I said, actually formation is also important for having the diversity, because somehow you have to plan out where to put the creatures. Just like for this one, I put the hammerhead on the bottom because most of the time hammerhead sharks are swims at the bottom of the sea, and I put the manta ray on top of it to look like it swims on the mid-level of the sea. So now I'm building another angelfish, or maybe this is bannerfish, as I can remember. And I cannot actually remember the pattern, but well, a bannerfish has actually a longer fin on the top here, just like that. And let's make the mouth of the fish. Let's change the color first here to emphasize. Well, it doesn't actually look stripes, but I think that will do. So there you go. So same thing, let's make this like a school of fish. So we will have this several copy of this fish to make it like they swim together. So well, that's one idea to make your build look impressive. If you have like the opportunity to do copy pasting like this, of course, school of fish is really common, so why not you cannot have it on this build. So now on the last part, we are going to include the environmental features. So now let's change the plot to the prismarine, dark prismarine. We can also use sand, but I think dark prismarine has more of like the under the sea vibe. So let's use that. And now let's add some features that environmental features like corals and maybe seaweeds later. So let's have like a random pattern. So just like I said, you have to prioritize the items that you are going to build. Well, for actual items that we have built already, at least they're already finished, because if we're going to put the fishes on the last part, some of the parts of the fishes might be missing because you are unable to finish this. Unable to finish. So just like for this one, well, it's making the corals and the seaweeds are pretty much random, so they will not know if it is like, you know, totally finished or not. So another important thing you have to remember, you have to prioritize first the main feature and some secondary features and the environmental features. So especially if you're going to have like a diversity on your build. So now we're just waiting for the time. Let's just make some random patterns over here. Just make sure it doesn't look awkward. Yeah, just like this one, it looks awkward. So let's change here. Maybe let's just spam some blocks going on the top here. Well, I think that looks good, right? So it looks kind of impressive, although the floor part is pretty plain. So now let's start voting. Okay, someone used Pro Tools. Like I said, Pro Tools are getting popular now. Okay, it's a good build, I think, because of the Pro Tools, maybe. Well, actually, Ariel, I don't know how to pronounce her name. I haven't watched Little Mermaid, but you know, this is a pretty common build for Under the Sea theme. Yeah. Okay. This one, oh, that looks impressive. But I can just give good because yeah, just good because the life thing is not totally balanced. The glow thing is you know, the jellyfish. Yeah, but it's good. I like the top part. Okay, an octopus. Pretty basic. Yeah, just okay for this build. It doesn't really look like it's under the sea, but yeah, just okay. Yeah, well, octopus supposedly, you know, under the sea, unless, you know, because octopus doesn't float, right? Okay, let's see next build. All right. Seaweeds. What are these creatures though? Okay, I can just give it an okay. Same thing. I also don't understand what that's orange thing over there. Okay, let's see next build. Build. All right, another octopus. Okay. That's okay. Yeah, still pretty basic. Although he got like this, you know, fishes, but it's pretty basic. Yeah, just okay for this build. All right. Let's see. Okay. This is our build. All right. Yeah, pretty looks impressive. I just don't like the. I think the floor is too plain. I think we should have focused a little more on the surface or on the floor. Pretty much the School of Fishes looks impressive. Yeah, there's no legendary, but it's okay. Yeah, it's fine. All right. This one, it doesn't feels like Under the Sea, but I can give it an okay because of that clam. And yeah, actually the seaweeds are pretty much organic. I think it looks good. It's just okay. Yeah, if you have used sand somehow, it changes the vibe, right? Okay, this one, a shipwreck. Well, still under the sea, although there's a, you know, a right theme for this one, but yeah, I can give it a good because it's pretty organic build. I like how it, you know, I like the formation, I like the shape, and yeah, it's a good build. Well, still under the sea, right? Okay, this looks like a mess. Yeah, I cannot give a good vote for this one. Well, sorry. This is not an actual build, so he or she just have played some blocks and put some penguins all around. Okay, let's see next build. All right. Another octopus. It seems like today is like an octopus day. Pretty cute, but just okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's also pretty basic though, but it's kind of cute. But you know, cuteness doesn't really make it. Okay, hmm. This also looks pretty basic though. Yeah, just okay. That fish doesn't have much shape. I like the corals though. Yeah, but it should be on the right. I mean, in a good formation. Oh, something like that. Well, okay. Another octopus, but this looks a little more impressive than other octopuses. Um, yeah, it's a good build. Have we had have we had used Pro Tools? No, it's a hollow. Yeah, I think it looks good. Yeah, it's better than other octopuses, octopi. All right, we won this round. So, thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment, please leave a like, and make sure to subscribe. This has been mikeyperion, and I'll see you guys next time.